familiar with that. Okay, I think that is finally everything. So we will go ahead and get started. 3, 2, and we're finally back. It feels like it has been like what, at least 6 to 8 weeks.
About that.
This is calculation. I can't do this right now.
Yeah. Look, if you're too out of it to math, we're in trouble because that's like a third of the game.
Do
I hope
do
you
I have
guys
to
use
be-
a D&D Beyond so you don't have to keep track of the calculations.
do I have to do brain cells? Do I have to be the brace of the group right now? So I know
This is a trick roll game. You don't have to think that hard. Oh, hello everyone. Yes, we're fine. We're missing a few people, but that's cool because we will not be starting season 3 just yet. We will be doing season 2.5, which is where a chance where we just say this is canon. Whatever happens is real in the world. It just isn't taking place immediately following, or maybe it's in between season 2 and season 3. Basically, you're not chasing down Grimthorn or dealing with magic sucking towers right now. You are probably a good idea to actually introduce ourselves before I actually get into the full thing. My name's Andy. I am the professional producer and DM.
Professional.
Yeah. Quit using my 30 seconds ago me to prove how inadequate I am right now. I know things. I am good at my job. These are both lies. Who are you people? What are you doing here?
I'm Kyle. I go by Flint Ewood 756. People have probably seen me on the MechWarrior Online stream groups with RQ Divine and the rest. Normally, I actually run the RP every other Sunday for Vampire the Masquerade, but tonight I am playing Joseph Lucerno, the vacant-minded rogue who everybody seems to think should be a wizard. I'm sticking to that.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one question. Timeline-wise, which leg are you using? This has nothing to do with storyline. I just want to know. While you're thinking about that, who's the other guy?
Hi, I'm Arshis, also known as Hey You in the Bushes. I go by Arshis or Tref pretty much everywhere, apart from real life, but my real name is a secret. Today I will be playing Vivi, the man who believes he sees all, but quite often doesn't see shit.
And I am, of course, I'm Andy Johnson, Warp Films. That's it. I go by a lot of names, but none of them are important right now. I have a lot of characters. Actually, starting Thursday over on the Nerdsmith Twitch channel, I will be playing Jack Lantern in a Romp Through Ravnica. It will be running for 10 weeks, Thursdays. More details on Twitter because I don't remember them right offhand. We just got the flyer, so I'm officially able to talk about it. And I'm sorry, I didn't memorize details. Speaking of being unprepared for this game, you know what? With these guys, I'm always unprepared. I could write the Iliad of plot points, and you guys would still make me throw it out 30 seconds into a game. So
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, and then we come up with our own entire division of War and Peace. So,
Yep.
Okay.
So, Kyle, which leg do you want? Because, like I said, this
nor-
isn't a time-sensitive thing.
Since we're gonna be like between things, it's gonna be his normal leg.
Okay.
But
That just kind of helped me like in my head, put us into a timeline. But also, if you're going to be talking to Tinker Bugger, it would have, it might have come up. So I just wanted to know. But for the purposes of a quick summary of what's going on, well, normally these gentlemen are part of a group who the entourage, so to speak, of King Gilithator, ruler of a vaguely named Shadowfell town that somehow exists inside the material plane. I say vaguely named because it's already changed once, and I give them the option of changing it whenever Gila gets infused.
The tower's now called Vaguely.
Only if he's actually here to rename it. It's one of the things about him wearing the crown. You can have a good bit of influence because of your station there, but it's all tied to him and his inability to roll more than a 5 on a wisdom save. But at the moment, you're not in Thieveston, which was the last name it officially had. You are actually probably a few days outside of the capital Wildom of the nation you somehow reside within. It's a continent. You're kind of in the part nobody pays attention to. You're your own kingdom. Anyway,
basically a slough of the world.
Yeah. But you're in the one of the major cities on the continent, Wildom. Well, like I said, a few days out from it. Now, you could be doing a couple different things here if you want to be specific. But if not, you do know that there have been flyers up that say clones run amok. There are currently approximately, depending on the exact moment, this is actually how it's written out, depending on the exact moment, 99 bugger clones. Bring me their heads and you will be rewarded for each one. The real bugger. Terms and conditions apply. If you bring anything to the don't kill me and bring me to one of the fake buggers. I'm the real one. I promise. And then occasionally you find one that says, no, I'm the real one. So if you collect, if you've been around a couple of the cities, every now and then there's something being written on them.
Every so often, Joseph will grab one of the signs from the boards at the towns as they pass through, and he'll write down at the very bottom, duck season, and on the next one, rabbit season, and on the other one, duck season. And he'll just keep an entire stack of them together.
Okay. You know what? Let me just see. You've gotten 3 of them so far. But so you're traveling along, and I think you're in one of the smaller, lesser known villages right now. And there is a cart where they have it looks like there are some goblins who are chained up, but it's kind of hard to tell because the people around the cart are currently requesting some adventurers or guards to come and help them, and they're negotiating rates right now, and it's a bit of commotion going on.
Joseph will look at Vivi, and then he'll point towards the cart, and he'll start walking over.
Vivi will follow.
Okay, so this is kind of what you hear. Look, we're only paying a flat fee for guards because we already caught these. If we catch any more, then you get a cut of them, but you don't get a cut of what you haven't done. We're just looking for people to get us there. And some people are, trying to insist, like, I ain't gonna do it if I ain't gonna get some. I'm like, hey, maybe if we kill these guys, we just take them all. And guards like, standing by, kind of eyeing that one. It's like, maybe we'll, kind of walks away sort of quickly and quietly, trying not to cause a commotion. Yep. So you want to throw your hat into the ring for this?
Joseph, as he's walking up, will just mumble the word of power for his armor to start smoking. So as he walks up, he'll also flash a bit of his psionic power. So there's just this smoke trail coming from his armor, and then flash of purple of psionics as he comes up and he goes, "I'll be your huckleberry for a guard."
I just want you making this isn't so much an intimidation as a presentation. So you pick what role you're going to do to kind of, and then tell me, like which one it is, and that'll be a little bit of how the crowd reacts to you.
16 to a performance check.
Performance. Okay. The crowd is awed by you. They just like a hush goes over as everybody circles around. It's like, and the older guy standing there is like, oh, great. So look, it's 5 gold just to get us to Wildem and cash in on these things. We catch any more, then we split the bounty fairly. Is that fair?
Yes.
All
He
right.
looks across the crowd and he eyes anybody who had said before about well, why don't we just kill these guys under their breath? And he just says out to the crowd, consider this convoy under the protection of the kingdom of Evalia.
Okay, make that an intimidation roll. Make it with advantage because of your earlier presentation.
For all this, you just
14.
takes a step. You should just take
Yeah,
a step back.
Damn, it's only 14. I was seeing my virtual die just teeter on staying on a nat 20, but then it fell over to the 8 on the other side, so it's just 14.
14 is still enough to get most people to back off, and they decide this, you don't go causing trouble in the middle of town, even if it's a small town. So I'm guessing, Vivi, that you're going to join up. So that's 2. Let's just see if anybody else is willing to join up after that. Just one guy steps up at agreeing to thinks that he's got what it takes to stand alongside this imposing gentleman that is Joseph Lucerno.
The widow in the mask.
Yeah.
No.
Have you?
Please tell me it's like a 6.5 foot tall guy dressed in a trench coat and he's having trouble balancing as he's.
I mean, probably not, but no, this is just it looks like a sort of someone who's done a little bit of adventuring before. He's sure of himself, but I'm going to say probably more of the fighter variety. I don't have a stat sheet for this guy. I'll pull something up as it's necessary, but he's got he got some older armor on, but he's clearly a normal human and nothing even remotely suspicious about him.
I roll insight.
I admit I overplayed that one. Roll insight.
22.
22. This guy has probably worked a few rounds as a guard, and he's thinking, if this guy, Joseph Lucerno, with the smoking armor and the glowing eyes, is going to protect this, it's just easy money for me. I'll get a little experience, get some extra coin. He's looking at a job where he's going to pull his weight, but he thinks that it's probably not going to be a problem with this guy taking over. So it's like when you intern for a professional, like when you see somebody, you like, this guy knows what he's doing. I just want to work this job to watch him and learn how to do it. That's what this guy's impression is.
Davey keeps his eyes on the guy, and if things go south, he's going to throw him under the bridge.
I'm going to say, since I got to spec him out a little more, he's got a spear and chainmail. He's not a weakling by it's clear he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't have the adventuring experience of some people.
Yeah.
All right then.
No. Vivi just pulls out his quarterstaff, just smart.
Okay.
Smiles even though you can't see it.
Yeah. All right. Well, the guy who's up on the wagon says, "My name is Mr. Cauliflower. Managed to get a hold of these particular bounties, whatever. And if we happen to, it seems like sometimes when you find one, they're drawn to each other. So that's why I wanted extra guards. And that's why if we're able to catch any, we, like I said, we'll split everything down the middle." All right, so a few days till we get to Wildem, and these suckers been kind of tricky. So don't interact with them. They should be fine, but we can't even risk ungagging them. They're tricky suckers.
Quick question: was that a minute worth of talking?
I'm going to say that by the time he's done proper introductions and everything, yeah, you've heard him for about a minute.
Vivi blurts out using the exact same words, like "Sure thing, boss."
All right. That's the psychological thing I won't be rolling for, but is just know that I know. All right. So you head out at a slow pace. If anybody wants to, do any of the socializing, the role playing, as it were.
Like role playing in a D&D game? Since when?
It has been heard of. It is a new concept I am trying out.
So Joseph will be sitting at the back of the cart, looking around furtively at everyone. Just armor still smoking, and eyes just cast like as if looking upon anything. It will be dead. It will be getting a dread glare of death.
Yeah.
Vivi is sitting next to him, speaking in the same accent as he was before. And you thinking, Joseph, aren't you overselling it, mate?
All right. Since I think Vivi is sort of a slightly imposing figure with the mask and all, but that's not too unusual. Right now, Joseph is, the one who's taking up. So it's the sort of thing where like the kids are all kind of pointing in awe, but their moms are like, no, don't. Those are dangerous adventures. You don't want to have anything to do with that, which just fuels the legend even more. You know how kids are. Tell them not to do something. I want to do it 3 times now.
Every so often when he sees that, he's just pulling out a dagger and just like running it across his bald head like as if he's shaving.
Vivi just sighs.
I did say this was a small village, so Joseph, make a dexterity check for me. We'll call it sleight of hand.
Vivi scoots over.
This is just to see what happens.
25.
Okay, so even when you hit a bump, you managed not to cut yourself, which was really impressive because I know you keep sharp daggers.
Yeah, but I do. I keep really sharp daggers.
Yeah. So, it's like you hit a bump and what should have been you nicking your head was just like a slight pause. And, and now, let's see how much the kids were paying attention. I just want to have fun with this. Okay. Kids' wisdom. Yeah. You see a couple of them running to the barber right now. So let's hope he keeps a good eye on his inventory. But you're heading down the road. The other gentleman is kind of walking off to the side. He understands that the important people get to ride on the cart. He'll walk. So it's going at a slower pace. You hear the goblins inside the caged wagon. They're making a ruckus, but they're all in chains, and so other than just a whole bunch of mumbling and the occasional kicking sound, there's not too much happening in there.
Throughout all when the mumbling starts to die down a little bit, I then go, so why doesn't Tink want to know that you all exist?
Stop riling them up. I told you they're tricky. So there'll be 5 minutes of like
every single time that it starts getting silent, I just say that once again just to get them all riled up and get them just so that just to keep them on edge.
Okay, so yeah, there's fortunately no one has managed to break loose from that. But your Mr. Cauliflower keeps telling you to shut up because look, you don't know what these guys are capable of. All right. I got lucky that a couple of them had knocked themselves out while trying to go through my stuff.
They're clones of a goblin who doesn't want his best friend or somebody that he apparently has quite of either fear or respect for, not figuring out that he's done this.
Yeah, I know. I read the flyer. That's why I know these guys are worth 20 gold each. I should say that some of the flyers did have different numbers where maybe one clone was crossing out trying to offer a better deal. So it's terms and conditions apply should probably be taken as consideration for what these guys are actually going to be worth.
I look across the three that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Are they pretty consistent to the deal that he said, or are they different amounts as well?
I'm going to say like it starts off at 10 gold per head, and then there's one that does say 20, and another one says, "I'll give you 15." I'm the real bugger. So basically, each one has been a game of one-upmanship or just a lot of confusion, but they all seem to keep the deal only valid for the real bugger.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with this character.
All right, so we're gonna if that's all y'all want to do, I'm just gonna roll some things.
I'm just gonna look over. I'm gonna look over to Mr. Cauliflower, and I'm going to go. So how much?
Well, I got one that says 20 gold per. We're gonna see what because hey, worst case we take the other one and then we try selling him to one of the others because there ain't no way to knowing which one's the real one. Maybe we just keep selling them to each other.
That Sneeches on beaches with stars upon ours.
What? All right. Well, just keep an eye out and stop riling them up. If they get loose, we're gonna have to, chase them all down, and then nobody get money.
Ames. Sorry about that.
No problem. So, yeah. So a peaceful few hours of riding. You're starting to get more into the woods. So far, nothing even remotely suspicious is happening.
I'm going to keep an eye out because whenever it starts getting quiet, it's just like, so why does Tink? Well, why don't you want Tink to figure out? And then just looking around as well.
And they they just all start up again, and Cauliflower yells at you. You do that one more time, I'm going to be docking your pay. I don't care how impressive you are, but with everything.
And I'm saying it loud enough to where it projects out away from the away from the card as well, and looking around to see if anything out in the bushes reacts.
I'm just going to tell you, just be glad those are good chains. But no, there's so far there has been nothing else out there. And let me just clear some messages off of my phone because I don't like it blinking at me. I got it on silent, but it'll still blink at me for a while. But as far as you trying to lure out other things, give me perception checks.
15.
Okay.
Not 20, so 30.
Okay. Joseph, you are probably having too much fun listening to the buggers go hog wild, trying to break their chains. Vivi, do you speak Goblin by any chance? You got a long list of languages.
Just will check. No, Nope. He didn't mean those exotic languages.
Okay, that was just me being more curious than anything else. But
Double checking something though. No, I do not know that spell.
okay, like I said, just checking because you can, with your perception, you could probably almost start making out some of what the guys are saying, but then in the distance, you think you see a few shadows. This is pretty far off at the very edge of your own perception. It might just be local hunters. Probably nothing to be too worried about, but you know it. You can keep an eye on it.
I cast invisibility.
Okay, and that lasts for what, an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. I'll keep that in mind.
And Shillelagh.
For the most part, I usually assume things like that are up unless there's just like
Yeah.
a severe time limit. So,
Mm.
all right. Well, so you're getting deeper into the woods now. There's been some sounds of animals, but I think that they are mostly drowned out by the Joseph just riling up the buggers every 20 minutes. That's really going to start making it hard to pay attention to anything else. Joseph, I just assume you just keep it up.
No, after about 20 miles or so, when it starts getting boring, I stop. But I just
okay, then I won't make any more rolls.
notice how it's like 20 miles.
Yeah, I mean that was like half the day right there. But yeah, you've stopped for lunch. Like I said, there's been some animals, but nothing that was too much of a threat. You're getting into evening now, and Vivi, that's when you have started to notice those shadows were getting closer. I'm going to say that it has been about 30 minutes into your hour's worth of invisibility, but you notice those shadows were getting closer. They're probably within 70, 80 feet of you right now.
Vivi in his physical state taps Joseph on the shoulders and basically goes ahead to scout out.
Okay. This would be behind you on the path, actually. But yeah, you can do that.
Joseph is just going to lean back against the cage or against the wooden. What is this? Is this a cage or is it a wooden box that they're all contained in?
It's sort of I guess it'd be like an old prison wagon. It definitely it is a like a full. It has sides on it. It's got barred windows and plenty of chains. So it's got enough that you could, you were able to see, but you would actually have to like stick your head in and really stare at the buggers to even, I mean, they could be goblins and this guy just got confused for all you know.
I'm going to move to sit on top of the cart.
Okay.
And I'm going to, oh God, I actually do have a proficiency of land vehicles and dice. I'm going to start playing. Now I'm going to start yelling from the top with my dice set in hand, going, all right, who wants to play thieves dice? Down into the actual wagon as I'm looking around.
We ain't unchaining none of them. They ain't got no money on them anyway.
It's just to see if they can guess the actual numbers.
Why are you trying to cause more problems?
I'm not trying to cause more problems. I'm trying to keep them busy. That way they don't try to escape.
They're trying to escape more because you keep riling them up.
Because and I think that I'm going to actually.
That argument is going to slow things down. And Vivi, I'm still rolling with your natural 20 because your perception is already stupidly high anyway. So it's not a problem for you to overhear a few people saying, okay, that loudmouth won't shut up. This is going to be the easiest score ever. We shoot him first. He's the only one that's really dangerous. And we take out the kid and the old man, and the whole thing is ours. We get their loot and everything. Now, you hear. Let me see how many voices you hear. You hear 3 distinct voices talking, but you haven't gotten close enough to see them personally yet.
Vivi's gonna try and look for them.
Okay. It's not going to be hard to find them. I just want to see if they notice you coming. This would just be somebody who is listening for sound. They can't see you, so don't worry about rolling stealth. I just want to see if anybody was really paying attention. All right. There is one guy who is trying to like keep an eye, but they're all trying to stay far enough back to not be noticed. It looks like they were waiting for night and probably for everybody to start up camp. You know, a good time to ambush people. So they're not in a hurry. They're just biding their time.
Can I see them now?
Yeah.
Vivi is going to observe all of them, and use his master of intrigue to basically start whispering out, getting close enough to whisper in their ears, but using the other people's voices to try and cause discord.
Okay, is that an ability you have, or is that just
Yeah, I can basically say this is someone for a minute. Out combat. I can perfectly mimic their voice.
Okay. All right. So I knew you had that one, and now you're just trying to unsettle them a little bit. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then make because you're trying to do this subtly and not get caught, I'm going to say roll intimidation at disadvantage. And we will just roll for them and see what they get. What did you roll, sir?
That's a 10.
Okay.
It's one of his skills he's not overly good at.
All right. Yeah, so you start doing a little bit of whispering, just sort of watching how they react. One of them not at all phased. He must be the guy in charge of all this, or at least he's got his head on straight.
Yeah.
Now, actually, this is the one that's been watching this the card. He's paying attention. One of them, he looks around for a moment, but then he goes back to keeping to the shadows, moving slowly. One of them a little bit more unsettled, but trying to keep going. One of them is already like to the level of paranoid. Maybe he was on something. He's like, wait, what was that? Would you quit talking to me? Shut up, Varkas. Ain't nothing happening. He's like, no, I'm telling you, something's wrong. All right. I keep hearing things.
And with that, I'm going to use the guy who says "shut up" voice to Varkas. Varkas, if you continue this, I'm going to kill you and painful way.
You're still sort of whispering that.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to. I'm trying to have it so it basically seems like the other guy is saying it.
Okay. In that case, make this one again, you got to be careful. I know you're invisible, but so
yeah,
just make this one a deception.
Okay. Deception, disadvantage or regular?
Just regular.
Okay. $17.
Okay. Now for his decisions. Okay. He's kind of eyeing the one you were imitating, and you kind of notice that he's got I think that these guys were riding horses, so he's got one hand on the reins, but that other hand is going to the bow that he had strapped nearby. He's not picking it up yet, but he's kind of eyeing them and like kind of making sure it's easily accessible to him. You've got, say, another 15-20 minutes on your invisibility at this stage.
With this, Phoebe's going to probably try one more time to throw a bit of score, then head back.
Okay. I'm going to say this is going to be a disadvantage again because the more you do it, the more somebody's going to catch on.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
Assuming intimidation or deception.
Your choice.
I'm gonna go deception. Because I'm
Okay.
actually I'll have decent deception.
Yeah, because you are trying to make it sound like it's coming from the people. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's a 13.
13. Okay. All right. I'm going to say, how much time did you want to spend doing that before you head back?
Probably like 5 more minutes, then move
Okay.
back to the van.
All right. So while you're doing it, the guy that's been kind of quiet, he suddenly turns around and snaps, "Everybody, just shut up for a minute." And they do, and they kind of. This is probably when you decide you've pushed it a little too far because he makes everybody stop and he's listening. He's the one that he hasn't been snapping at anybody, so when he finally does say something, they all stop and listen to him. He probably has more forest experience than the rest of them. I think most of them are just sort of thugs, and they talk to him into guiding them along, type of thing. But you've got just enough time to get back to the wagon before you would become visible and slightly suspicious.
Yeah, Vivi's gonna sit back on the sit next to, Joseph, just as his ability disappears.
The good thing about getting back near the car is because Joseph keeps talking to them, so the goblins down below still just keep making noise, and Cauliflower is banging on the thing. Shut up, or you ain't gonna get hot food tonight.
As Vivi sits next to Joseph, like he goes, "There's some guys in the shadows back there. I've caused a little mischief, but seems like they're gonna try and ambush us."
At which point I'm going to stand up, look towards the back, look out towards the road that we're leaving behind, and I'm going to yell out, "We know you've been following us."
Because you also are now standing up on that cart, make me a dex check real quick.
Dex save or dex check?
Dex check.
14.
14. Okay, that's not bad at all. Cauliflower like stops short, but you don't fall. It's like, who's following us?
3 people. Let me handle it.
4.
4. Oh, okay.
All right. So he's like, all right, well, that's, I guess, crap, I get ready. All right. And he stops the car. He's pulling out a heavy crossbow. Like, all right, where are they at? And the other guy with the spear, he's likewise just getting ready, but they don't know where to look. So they're like, where are they at?
Vivi points to where they are.
That's pretty far in the darkness. So they were keeping enough distance to be they were following you based on sound and the fact that it's the only road. So they're out of sight from where you are, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, fair. Just be careful, they're keeping their distance. I think they're trying to wait for us to set up camp, so maybe we should spring the trap with our own trap.
Well, I mean, you just told them that we know they're there. They may not attack us at all now.
Maybe he's my friend's quite flamboyant, so maybe they think he's an idiot.
I've been listening to him rile up our prisoners for the past 7 hours. He is kind of an idiot.
It's like you hear him chuckle.
Well, I'll start setting up the campfire. We'll just have to sleep light tonight because there ain't nowhere else to go.
Mm.
We keep going, we'll just be further into darkness.
Mm.
So
I'll keep watch.
He'll start working on the campfire, but he's keeping that crossbow on a sling. Ask the other guy, to kind of like stand near him at all times. So they're going to try to get the camp set up, but it's extreme paranoia. It's going to be bare basic. He ain't going to do no elaborate cooking, so everything's going to be just real quick meal that everybody can eat, and then get no sleep because everybody's got to watch. Okay.
I am going to stealth out into the darkness to find our little rogues band.
Okay. Because you've been flamboyant, you have to do this at disadvantage. They are specific. You called yourself out quite literally.
Even with disadvantage, 17.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see what they managed to do. Okay. So you slip away, and what's your goal? To kind of circle around them, set up ahead of them? What are you planning?
I'm going to circle around them,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to scare the crap out of them as I look down to, as I whisper to Ashley, get ready to call the hounds. It's time for them to eat.
Finally. Okay. So let's say it's going to take you a few rounds to get into position, but you're moving as quickly and quietly as you can. Cauliflower is, setting up, like I said, just he's trying to get a good fire going to throw out as much light as possible, but he doesn't know what's going on. All he knows is that you could have done this quietly, but somebody went loud. So now he's really worried because you've lost the element of surprise. Vivi, you're just kind of hanging out with them, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just the boss. Don't worry, boss. Like, he's an idiot, but he's good at what he does, and he's basically back to his original impersonation.
I'm sure he's good. I just wish he was a little bit more subtle about it all. I'd rather do this without having to have more bloodshed.
Yeah, unfortunately, bloodshed can't be avoided sometimes.
Yeah, that's the way of the world, I'm afraid. So, Joseph, you're slipping around. You're just getting ready to start summoning shadow hounds. What's your AC?
AC is, let's see, with my feats here, do I have efficiencies, expertise, sneak attack? Can I?
Sorry, I didn't think asking you your AC was going to be such a tricky question.
It actually can depend because of the fact that I have dual wielder. So with both rapiers out, it's an armor class of 16.
Okay, 16. So you will take one arrow for 5 piercing damage as 3 others, 2 come near you. 1 was way off, but somebody had spied you and they knew your general location. So keep shooting, boys. We'll take them off one at a time. They ain't got nowhere else to go. And with that, we are officially in initiative, Kyle.
All right, let me roll my initiative.
I'm going to say Vivi because you were that far away. It's going to take you a little while to even realize he's in trouble. So I'll let you know when you can start moving down, but you're a good 3 rounds of movement away from him.
Even with my rogue dash.
With your rogue dash, you can do it quicker, but you still we got to wait for there to be enough noise for you to actually know something's happened.
Sure
So I've got to count. I've got to count down in my head. Kyle,
right.
what was your initiative?
17.
17. Okay, let me double check these guys. All right, so you get to act next, and then they go. Well, you get to act first, I suppose. Now the surprise round is over.
All right, I am going to be sending one of my psychic blades. So the first one into my first of my psychic blades into the into one of them.
Okay.
So that will be 21
21 hits.
for 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay. So with that, Vivi, you hear somebody scream as they suddenly get a spike of pain going through their head. So now you're aware something is up.
That will be followed up with a second psychic dagger coming at them at 15.
15 hits. Are you going for the same one?
Yep.
Okay.
For one psychic damage.
Okay, for 1 psychic damage. Okay. Yeah, that scream went up a pitch all of a sudden. Like, focus and keep shooting.
Should I roll initiative?
Yes, you will get to start running right after them. Okay.
And that is a 23 on my initiative.
Okay. So at the start of the next round, you will be the first one to act, and you need to make it, let's call it 65 feet to officially be in combat range. That's going to be a little bit for you, but I think that's about right. Kyle, Joseph, the man with the plan, and slightly lower AC at the moment. You're going to get hit for 1 more arrow for 5 piercing, but then one of them is going right through your armor into a sensitive nerve cluster for 10 piercing damage because he got a nat 20.
Wait, so how much damage in total is that?
15 piercing.
Okay.
All right. Now that was all 4 of them because they only get the 1 per round. So Vivi, you can start running. But I'm going to say,
can I see them?
You know, I mean, from the wagon, no, you can't make them out. You'll need to get at least 30 feet closer to start to see them. But even that's going to put you on the edge of your combat range. I'm
going to be 30 feet and pull out my longbow.
Okay. They're going to have some cover at this range because they were the ones prepared, but you can start shooting.
Okay. 24.
Okay. I'm going to say that you don't get to pick a target because you don't know who is hurt, but with a 24, yep, you hit somebody.
Yep. And okay, angles actually 7 piercing and 3 psychic.
Okay, so what's the total?
10.
10. Okay. So I'm just going to make some notes here. Yep, you hear somebody else call it. Crap, they're on both sides of us. Joseph, it's your turn now.
And bonus action, I'm going to try and hide.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that, and if they turn to you, I will ask for that in a moment.
All right, I am going to strike out my psychic blade one more time for another 15.
Okay. This time I'm saying that they started ducking down, so that one misses.
All right, and then I'm going to disappear off. And how much longer till my... Oh, I'm going to... Wow, 22 to my stealth.
Yeah, you were able to hide. If you want to summon the Shadow Hounds, you have to use your full action to call them forth.
Okay.
So, you both had your turns. They're going to start shooting. Vivi, what was your...
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me how you messed up stealth.
Vivi's just going to try to hide, but trip over a rock.
Okay. So they hear that loud thud, oof, of someone falling, and now they're all going to start shooting in your direction. What is your AC, Vivi?
Oh, my AC is terrible. It's a 14.
14. Oh, I mean, it's good for them because 3 arrows hit you.
Ah,
Just going to keep the average. That's 15 hit points right there.
okay.
All right, we
Luck-
got that one.
Lucky enough, I got high. Lucky enough, I got high hit points.
Yeah. All right, so that's their turn. Vivi, you're on the ground. It's going to be half your movement just to get back up. And they got a clear line of sight on you, apparently.
Yeah, Vivi is going to get up, move 50 feet forward,
Okay.
cast Hunter's Mark, because I'm assuming 15 feet in,
Okay, that's fine.
on one of the targets, and then fire another shot.
Okay.
Okay. Oh God, that's another. Freaking hell, another nat 20, and then nat 1.
So in that one,
Yeah.
okay. I do really like Satine's rule about when you do roll in that one, you hurt yourself. But with a bow, I know it can happen, but I'll let you be the architect of your own destruction. Tell me what a nat 1 looks like for you.
Vivi goes to pull back the bow,
Mhm.
and the bowstring snaps in his hand.
Okay, you do not have the bow until you're able to properly repair it.
Yeah.
So the bow is useless to you at the moment.
Yeah.
Joseph, they're not paying attention to you because they thought they were trying to flank you. Now they got the advantage, but so they've got their tree that they're trying to hide behind, but they're all shooting at Vivi right now.
Yay!
I call out to I perform the summoning for the Shadow Hound to come.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. We didn't have official rules. I think we said this was a charisma check, basically for command. So
Yes.
make a charisma check to see what you get and if you can control it. And do you have the stat block for a mastiff on you?
Shadow Mastiff. I'm grabbing that right now.
Okay, then go ahead and make the check, and I'll let you know what you get.
16.
16. Okay. You are able to summon 1 Shadow Mastiff, and it is fully under your command. It can act at the end of your initiative.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that would mean that okay. So that would mean now it can still it can act then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So where is the stat block for this? Come on.
Well, while you're pulling that up, we'll go ahead and let Vivi go, and then we'll get back to the Shadow Mastiff.
Yeah.
So, Vivi, you just lost your bow, and you're basically standing in the middle of the road, no cover, 3 arrows in you, and your bowstring just broke on you.
Oh fuck! Vivi just walks forward,
Okay.
puts away his bow, pulls out his shillelagh,
Okay.
and goes for the guy who's Hunter's Mark, and it goes conk.
All right. Roll that attack.
That's a 12.
12. So you come up, and he is able to dodge to the side right quick, but it was close. Do you just have 1 attack per round?
I actually, nope. I have only 1 attack around.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. Do you have that Mastiff ready?
Yep. So it is
sorry, I forgot to have them attack. They'll do that right after the Mastiff goes.
all right. So it is a +4 to
Mhm.
hit.
He's not a combat fight character.
It rolls a 20 to hit to bite.
Okay, I'm just going to roll for it to randomly attack somebody, and we're going to see who it gets. But it rolled a 20. You hear one more pained but short scream as it kills somebody. Now we can actually have their combat, and one of them is going to be in melee with Vivi. So I'm going to roll for him. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, you take 4 points of slashing. I think others just run up on you.
Okay. Yay.
I mean, you're literally right there in front of them.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Yeah. So that's does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Take 8 more points of slashing damage. Now the last guy, he just saw his friend get his face eaten by a big shadowy dog. So he is going to actually fall over, and just because he was one of the ones you had already hurt earlier, when he fell, his neck went in a weird way because of the way he hit a rock. In short, you're down to 2 guys. One eaten by a dog, one so scared he broke his own neck. Now, Joseph, it's your turn. There is proper chaos.
There is while there is proper chaos, there is a bright, brilliant, violet flash of light as Joseph slashes out with his rapier once again, focusing out his psionic abilities, and it flings out to one of the guys attacking in front of Vivi, attacking him.
Yeah.
And comes with a 14.
14, you hit.
All right. And that does 6 points of psionic damage.
Okay. I take it that you are in melee range now?
I can be 60 feet away from him, actually.
Oh, okay. No, just wanted to double check because it's been a while. I don't remember what you guys can do. Okay.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
And then he'll just look out at him and as if bellowing out to the shadow, and bellows out to the Shadow Mastiff, judgment.
Okay. Have the Shadow Mastiff attempt judgment.
Oh God, this is gonna be freaking hilarious. 22.
22. Roll damage for me real quick.
That is going to be 2d4 plus 2. Oh God, piercing too. Ouch. 8.
8.
8 piercing. Yeah.
Okay, so Vivi, you see it as this guy, you know what it's like when somebody gets hit by psychic damage. They go for their head, and then a second later, the Mastiff is already a big creature and just sort of bites him around the waist and shakes him. That guy, he's not going to be making any more noises ever. But now that means there's just one left on you. He's seeing his friends die. He's not going down without a fight. Except that he was so scared he missed, and he's managed to cut himself. Let me roll a die. Yeah, he managed. Like, he was trying to go with his scimitar, but seeing that, he somehow managed to take his own neck with just the edge. He hurt himself pretty bad there. And it is your turn.
Vivi's gonna conk.
Okay. Roll conk damage.
For fuck's
Well, roll
sake.
conk attack.
9.
9. Okay, so this guy was like distracted from his own injury, but because of that, I think it was more luck that he managed to roll underneath your staff.
Wouldn't I get advantage because of the being distracted?
Maybe if you had asked before you rolled a 9, but this is fun. And I'm not a kind and generous at Team Phoenix DM. I am a Chris Perkins DM.
I
want to see you suffer.
That's 2 nat 1s, a 5 and a 2.
Hey, on my defense, these guys have been killing themselves just as much as you've been killing them.
I have something fun to do when I've got this guy.
Joseph, it is your turn. There's just the one left, and he's bleeding from the neck.
Just before I do this, do I get sneak attack damage because he's in melee with He's in melee range of both the Mastiff and
Oh
our
yeah,
dear Vivi.
yeah.
Oh,
That would
God,
have
yes.
been sneak attack damage.
Okay, so there's another brilliant violet flash
Okay.
as Joseph flings out his sword,
Mm-hmm.
and from it erupts his psionic blade into the mind of this guy for a 24.
Yep, that
As
hit.
Joseph looks at him and goes, "Wanting."
How many sneak attack die do you roll, by the way? Like, I don't know how many die it is for you at this stage.
3d6.
Okay. In that case, yes, please roll me damage.
So that is, dear Lord, that is 12. That is 12 psionic damage altogether.
Okay. So, Vivi, this guy who is just about to run you through with his scimitar suddenly starts bleeding from the eyes.
Vivi sees this, smiles, and just for flavor reasons, he takes off his mask. And as he takes off his mask, you see the guy sees the face of Varquis, and he goes, "I told you, you're gonna die."
So, if he wasn't already, dying, this pushed him over the edge. It was like his mouth opens to scream, but there's no longer enough breath in his lungs as he just falls over. An absolute look of terror on his face now.
Shadow touched. How funny you gonna have to have.
Well, I hope you had actually put some hurt on you guys, because that went pretty quick.
Vivi took a lot of damage.
Yes, you got hit a lot there.
Lucky enough, Vivi's got 35, a max hit points of 35, so he's quite sturdy.
Okay, next time I'll triple the damage.
Please don't. I try to get some decent medium armor.
Oh, anyway, everyone is dead.
Everyone's dead, Dave.
They're all dead, Dave. They're all dead.
Except for the captain, who was hiding behind a tree because stupid jokes like that. No, I won't do that to you. Yeah.
Oh no, come on. That would actually be brilliant, because at that point I could just turn around with brilliant blinding psionic violet erupting from my eyes as they're like dark, deep black pits, as he's actually had to use
Vivi did too good on his perception. There's not anybody else sneaking up. Nobody from that group sneaking up on you.
Vivi turns to Joseph with Varquis's face, smiles, and puts his mask back on.
I'm just going to let the Shadow Mastiff start eating the bodies as he does that, and I'm just going to be like, "Why?"
I'm gonna loot the corpses.
I figured like you kind of have to try to wave the Shadow Mastiff away. Make me a persuasion roll, because this is animal handling doesn't count for these guys.
Okay, thank God, because I'm actually half decent persuasion. 22.
22. Okay, it doesn't bite you for making it leave its meal alone.
Yeah.
But all right, so most part these guys had like some leather armor, some scimitars, nothing really, equipment wise, nothing for you to waste your time on. But between all of them, let me get this other one. You're going to find, ooh, that added up pretty quick. You'll find a grand total of 16 gold on all four of them.
Vivi takes 8, pockets it, and offers the other 8 to Joseph.
Okay.
Take that and just keep it in my hand as I make sure that the Shadow Hound finishes his hearty meal, and then I'll walk back up to the campfire afterwards with the Hound beside me.
And as Vivi walks alongside Joseph, to answer your question, and he personally back his voice to ask your question, why not?
Okay. Well, when you come up, you see the other two, cauliflower and our as of yet unnamed guard, are kind of standing there. When they hear you coming, they're pointing their weapons at you, but they lower them when they see you. Is it taken care of?
Sure
The
thing,
mastiff
boss.
burps.
And there's some obvious confusion of he didn't have a dog with him, dog either. So, like, okay, I guess we can actually have some proper stew tonight then. But still, I want to make sure that we're all taking proper shifts. But
I take the 8 gold out of my hand, split it into 4 gold apiece, and then hand it over to the 2. And then I just
they tell
go,
you that that's spoils of combat. That's yours.
okay.
You're getting paid a fee. What you can take is yours. All right. So it's going to be a relatively restful night. There's going to be some like trail stew coming up. And at one point, Cauliflower is going to try to feed a little bit to the goblins. He's not trying to starve them, but it's basically having to go in there, ungag one, try to feed it a little bit without being bitten or anything. That's something that he's doing because he's done it a couple of days already. He's like, so at one point you hear, it's like, look, if you keep trying that, you ain't going to get anything to eat. I don't know what you guys are all up to, but I'm not going to starve you but if you bite me, you ain't going to eat tonight. Let me just see how bugger clones are reacting to this. Okay. It's basically old Southern mom trying to get a kid to sit down and eat, only with sharper teeth. But eventually he'll come out.
At which point, as he's fiddling with them, I'm going to do the old Southern dad thing of walking up to right beside him with a belt and snapping it and just staring into their eyes.
Okay, 2 things. 1, make an intimidation roll. You're too happy with yourself right now. You shouldn't be turning that shade of red for a joke you told. Inhale. For the love of God, inhale, man. I'm worried about you.
It's the perfect roll. You're going to love this.
Okay.
That's why I started laughing, because it was just like,
Okay. But this is where that perception roll is going to come in handy. Now, Vivi, this doesn't count for you. You haven't met Bugger yet. I mean, you still can, but it will be less impactful to you.
I'll roll perception just because.
Okay.
oh God.
Oh, I love that word.
And God, that's a 12.
Wow.
I get a plus 10 to perception.
Okay, so Vivi, you just see a bunch of goblins bound and gagged. Joseph, you're just too busy trying to look intimidating as 4 sets of goblin eyes are just glaring back at you. But anyway, they all eventually get enough food and water into them. But they're glaring at Joseph in a way it's like, oh yeah, we know who we're gonna eat first when we get out of here. It ain't gonna be the old guy who chained us up either. Spearman is probably keeping his distance a little bit with the glares they were given. But how do you guys want to handle your watches? Because 2 people need to be on watch at each time. It can be the 2 of you, or you can divide up with the other 2.
I'm fine with either. What do you think?
I say one of us watches with one of them. That way it's pretty even.
Okay.
Sounds good. It sounds good.
Okay. So the spearman, he'll take the first watch, let Cauliflower get a little bit more sleep. So who's going to be on watch with him?
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Well, just let me know how you want to handle your watch then.
Vivi's just gonna sit there in quiet, like just keeping an eye out, like
Okay.
silent behind his mask.
Okay. So your partner, he's not doing anything stupidly impulsive. He's a little bit awkward, but awkward silence isn't. But he must have done enough guard duty before that he knows did not. He's not being bothersome with it. He does a little bit of walking around, does take a little bit, but doesn't go too far out. It's a quiet night. What do you want to do? Like a 4-hour watch?
Yeah, like
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of your 4 hours, you can wake up Joseph and Cauliflower.
yep. Joseph, time for your watch. I need some sleep. I need to heal up. That last fight hurt like hell.
No, all right. Just gonna stand up and go to sit by the fire, get it kindled again, and then
Mhm.
we're going to watch out into the darkness as well as watching the carriage.
Okay. Do you want to do anything special with the watch? I mean, is it just keeping an eye out quietly, or?
It's keeping an eye out quietly, but yeah, that's pretty much going to be it.
Okay. All right. Well, your watch will also go relatively uneventful. Looks like the buggers are tired out and trying to get as much rest as they can. Cauliflower says that you, with any luck, you'll be in town by mid-afternoon.
Good. Very good.
Okay. So everybody wakes up mostly refreshed. Sleeping on the ground is never that comfortable, but there's again some reheated some trail stew for the morning. Everybody can head out.
I'm going to sit on top of the carriage again.
Okay.
I'm just going to look at Vivi. Last time I was on one of these things, I was inside of it.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I get the feeling you irritate a lot of people.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Like, I am surprised I have as much patience to deal with him. Of course, I'm probably just as twisted and devious as he is.
I'm like a visit to a shady brothel. I always remind you of something painful every few months.
And that's where Cauliflower decides it's better to ride in silence for a while. Because that's just like, oh, yeah, that's way too much information.
Vivi raises his mask slightly. So Joseph could see his mouth, and you see this big grin on his face as he knows his mask again.
Okay.
We need to get you a mask that actually does something sort of like changes to a general perception of the emotions that you're showing.
That would be kind of cool. But right now I'm trying to save up some decent armor.
All right.
Yeah, being less of a pincushion would be good for you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Like Vivi counts his coins. Like got a decent amount on me, but nowhere near enough for the armor I want.
You might be able to find you some shops over in Wildham. It's one of the bigger commercial cities. Here they even got a magic shop around there somewhere, but you got to know somebody to get into one of those.
Vivi's ears perk up as he hears the word magic shop.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big port city, so we get a lot more trade in on there.
But still got that old alchemist shop, the Leaky Cauldron.
I don't know. I don't buy stuff. I don't need too much alchemy supplies, so I just know a few rumors.
Yeah.
I appreciate the Harry Potter reference.
So
actually,
it's a reference to an older game from ours.
Yeah.
sorry. I only children I know is the pub in Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, Wildom was the location of our last campaign, so Kyle knows a lot of references, and sometimes that bleeds over into Joseph. That one's okay though,
Yeah.
because it's when you suspect someone of being a character you couldn't possibly have met that I will call shenanigans. Which is why you now have a cocaine addicted shadow cat that has zero respect for you because cat.
Cocaine addicted, no respect. Sounds like an ex of mine.
Yeah. Anyway, so but yeah, Cauliflower's going back to the magic shop. He's like, yeah, the problem with the magic shop is they don't, you can't just like walk into one of those. You got to know the right people out here, and I don't know the right people. So
I know many people, so maybe I do know the right person.
Well, good luck to you then. He's desperately just trying to change the topic from other conversations. But
so about that brothel.
Anyway, so a little past noon, and as some of you will remember, Joseph, you probably remember, Bugger's shop isn't within the walled part of the city because for safety reasons, you don't put someone like certain crafts are done, at a safe distance from the city, but within like an hour or so ride of it. So you kind of having to go around the city, but you're starting to recognize the area a little bit.
Just kind of sitting on top of the wagon, going, "Why do I get the feeling that there's going to be an explosion in about 2 minutes?"
TV shrugs.
The buggers, one of them managed to get his gag out, so you hear him shouting, "Because I'm gonna blow up every one of you two tall motherfuckers! I'm gonna blast everybody into orbit, and then I'm gonna send missiles up out of the orbit."
Like Vivi smiles, but as she copies his voice. Like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you clones too. I knew there was a traitor in the group.
You're the traitor.
Hey, I am not the traitor. You can't throw suspicion back on me. I think you're suspicious.
That's because of the mask. You're persecuting me because of my mask, aren't you?
No, I'm persecuting you because I'm in chains.
Technically, people in chains are the ones to be persecuted.
But I'm the one in the right here. I am the original, and you got me in here with these filthy clones. And
nope, I believe you're not in the right. You're in the cage.
I'm right in the cage.
Yes, you're right in the cage. Right there.
I had a friend that had a broom. He would replace the head of the broom and the handle of the broom whenever they got broken. But it was always the same broom.
That's stupid. You're stupid. I'm going to kill you last because you're stupid and you don't deserve to die first. Everybody else deserves to die first. So that way they don't have to put up with you being stupid. And then Cauliflower's, trying to look, shut up. We're almost there. You can all sort this out after I get paid.
So which one of you guys has been trying to work the pins for the handcuffs for the past 4 hours?
And it's right about then that you hear some wood snap. Like,
ooh,
oh, yeah, he's loose. He's loose. Don't let him. And there's some fighting inside of the cart now. Cauliflower.
The one who wins is the real one. The one who wins is the real one.
Like, we don't get money if they're all dead. And he's trying to
yeah, you do.
Pull the brakes.
I point out on. I pull out the signs and said, "Bring the heads."
Well, he's trying to rush around. It's like, damn it! That's why I told you not to get him riled up. And he's trying to look in and see what's happening. And this is a lot of confusion in there. So
I'm just trying to antagonize them all to kill each other. The one who wins is the real one.
Oh, I mean, they're already antagonized, but
if he pulls off his mask and out of nowhere he pulls out a pack of popcorn.
So you two are just going to listen to this going on.
Until
I'm going to.
Give me
going
that
to
spear. They're trying to jam inside through the window.
Don't do that. You're going to give them a weapon. There's more of them than you.
They just keep trying to stab. They can't really like get good angles, and you can't see what they're up to.
Just going to walk across the top, look down at them, and go, "Would you stop trying to do that? You're just going to give them a weapon."
One of them is literally trying to strangle the other one who is twitching, but it's only one who's free. But he's just trying to figure out how to properly get his hands around the neck of this other one, and he's more focused on that than he is getting a spear. And now that he, since the other one can kind of like kick him away, he's just taking the chain and he's just beating the other one with him now. This is going to take a while. He doesn't have a whole lot of great physical strength, and so he's just going to be beating these guys to death with his own chains.
Joseph is just going to commentate on this, like as if he's, ringside for WWE. Just whenever one starts doing something just outlandish inside of the cart, he's just going to be like, "And that when the real one comes smashing down on the others. Oh, look.
A second one just got loose.
Oh,
for the moment, the two loose ones are content to murder the bound ones. But Cauliflower is trying to keep them like, would you do something useful for once?
Point out the sign. I just pull out one of the flyers and I go, all of them state heads. Bring the heads.
And that's when you hear one starting to scream, well, if he beats the head in, we won't be able to properly identify, will we? Let's see what the other two manage. Okay. So, yeah, it's just a racket in there.
I feel like as if this is a great moment in time to just take a rule out of Blood Bowl and punt a goblin.
Normally, I would say yes, but you're on top of a cart. They're inside the cart. And there's a lot more breaking sounds. I'm not going to specify what is breaking, but things are being broken.
Vivi's going to walk up. Look at the two that are unbound.
Well, you kind of have to like put your face in a window if you want to do that.
Yeah. Vivi's going to do that, smile, and cast Charm Person, both of them, basically telling them to bind themselves.
I would say that you could do that, but as soon as your face goes into the window, you get hit with a fire dart.
Ah! Mom!
So let me get some dice out. That is going to be, yeah. You're going to take, you're going to get 16 points of fire damage because that just really just like the sparks got in your eyes there.
Okay. Vivi's in anger. This basically bellows out, stop.
Okay. Let me just see how much they're paying attention. Okay. Based on the screams of one, you're pretty sure they don't care. But a moment later, there's only three voices now.
Vivi's going to turn to that one and basically see if he can Charm Person on the last one. I'm Goblin.
Well, the 3 that are left are all unbound and they're trying to kill each other.
Never mind. This is a bit out of my purview. That's like I'm better at dealing with misdirection and one-on-one control.
Joseph's going to hop down into the driver's seat, take the reins. He's going to snap them, and he's going to send the horses into a gallop.
Okay, I got to roll for so many things right now. Cauliflower and your spearmen, they both fall off, not being ready for that. So, Joseph, you hear screams, they're stealing our bounty. After them. Now for the goblins. Okay, well, you definitely shook them up a little bit. Now let's just see for the cart was damaged but did not fall apart. So you're running away with the Vivi, you need to make a dex check because you were on the side of the cart.
Okay.
Where...
God damn it! And that one.
Vivi, you fall to the ground, take another 3 points of bludgeoning damage on the way.
What is this?
Joseph.
Beat the crap out of Vivi Day.
Joseph, you have a runaway cart with 3 surviving crazed goblins in it. And you're being chased after by a guy on foot who can't possibly hope to keep up with you.
I'm going to find a way to safely emergency stop the cart, because the goblins inside aren't wearing safety belts, so they should technically fly back into the front of the inside of the cart because of the inertia.
Sorry, no, you have horses who have to slow down at a reasonable pace. They can't just stop on a dime, because if they, I mean, I'll tell you what. Make a dexterity cart, basically vehicle check, and then I will roll for the horses how they respond.
Okay, so I do get my proficiency to this because I am proficient with land vehicles.
Uh-huh. And you did badly, didn't you?
I did 8. I rolled an 8. I just hope the horses are okay.
Okay. One of the horses must have been a little bit better trained because he stops, but the other one doesn't. That means the cart went starting to turn to the side, and then the cart started to roll over. Now, you need to make a dexterity save for falling. Fortunately for the horses, at least, the cart starts to break and it doesn't take the horses with it. But you need to roll or risk being underneath.
18.
Okay, so yeah, you feel it happening. You dive one way, the cart rolls the other. Oh, I forgot to roll for the buggers. Because with the cart already breaking up, one of them is going to get loose.
Vivi's to go straight off that one.
I'm trying to think. You're going to need to run at full speed to get there, but we'll roll initiative in just a second. But you'll be able to be there. But you had to just, I know with rogue speed, you get a little bit extra, but you had to just run at top speed to keep up with these horses.
Yeah.
So that being said, let's go ahead and roll initiative because one of the buggers is out.
18.
15.
Okay. So it's going to be Vivi, Joseph, then the buggers.
Yeah, I can cover 90 feet and around.
Okay. I'm going to say that because he was trying, how quickly Joseph responded. Let's say that by the time you get there, your full movement will have taken you up to about 20 feet away. So not close enough for you to just jump straight into melee, but you got ranged if you want it.
I don't actually, because my longbow broke.
Yes, you will need to go and buy another string since you didn't specify that you fixed it on the way.
Yeah, I know. It was just double checking something. Oh
Yeah.
no, I have daggers.
Okay.
Evie's gonna move cover 60 feet
Mm-hmm.
because he needs action and get a lob a dagger.
Okay. So you will say, like I said, this is still going to bring you within 20 feet, more than close enough to start throwing daggers. So throw your dagger.
25.
Okay, that'll hit.
And that it. Oh, God, not that. And that's 8. That's 7 piercing, 1 psychic.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that one who you just hit, he's going to turn and look at you. Joseph, it is now your turn.
As an interaction, I'm going to pull out my shillelagh.
Okay.
I'm going to actually pull out my rapiers, and I'm going to actually just physically stab the one that that Ars has just hit.
Okay. For that, you are going to need to like jump up onto the cart, which is on its side. So we're going to say that that will take your full 30 feet of movement, but then you can get up there on top with them.
All right, so I will do that, and I roll a 14 for the main attack.
14 does not hit. He's able to block it with some of his cobbled together armor that was still on him.
I take it a 13 is not going to hit either.
No, it's not.
I come up with the second rapier.
Yep.
Okay.
Even though they were in chains, they still managed to. Bugger's resourceful, so they have some stuff. And he's like, "All right, now we're gonna do this my way." And
On a highway.
Do you mean the wrong way?
And Joseph, you need to make a con save for me, please.
20.
20. Making sure. Okay, yes, that worked. So you will only take half of this damage as he lets out a cone of cold right at you. Let me get some of these. So okay, so that was maybe 8. You will take 19 points of cold damage.
And I will use my uncanny dodge to no wait, because it's an actual con save, I can't really do that actually, so I'm going to take the 19 points of damage.
Okay. And all right, then in that case, that's everybody who can make a turn this turn. So we're back over to Vivi.
Vivi is going to move up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get in combat range? Quarters range.
Yes, I will say that you won't be able to like climb up on top of the cart, but a quarterstaff, does that have reach? I can't remember.
No.
Okay. Then we'll say if you use your bonus action, I'll let you climb up there.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think you had anything, but that'll be the price you pay to get all the way up there.
He's got a few things he can do with his bonus action, but
okay. Well, this time you used it to vault up.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Okay, shillelagh.
Okay.
Oh, for not one.
All right. So you vault up there. You're spinning the shillelagh around. You overcompensated and you fell back down to the ground. You only take 1 bludgeoning damage, but you are on the ground flat again.
It's like, why? Like, no, seriously, I have rolled 4 nat ones this session.
Oh, I've rolled a lot, but I'm rolling for a lot of different people. Joseph, you just saw Vivi jump up only to fall right back down.
So do I still get sneak attack because of what Vivi did or no?
No,
Okay.
because
So
this bugger saw it too, and just focuses back on you.
yeah, so I just stab at this bugger. Just we both have this moment of looking at Vivi, then looking at each other, and then in that moment, Joseph just goes stab with a
Okay.
25.
25 hit.
You're fucking kidding me, right? I have a D8 and I rolled a 1.
What was
But
the
my
total?
dex bonus is still a +3. So
Okay.
it's a 4 damage.
Okay.
But it's like, really?
Yeah.
You're really going to play about 1.
Oh god. Oh
Well,
god. Oh god. So bonus attack rapier,
mm-hmm.
nat 20.
Nice. Roll that damage.
So that is a 26
Okay.
for 9 crit damage.
9 crit damage. Okay, that's good. All right. So this bugger is going to he pops out a little flask, flips the cork on it, downs it, and takes off into the air. You can use your reaction for an opportunity attack if you so desire.
16.
What?
16.
Oh, just misses. And he swoops up. He's like, "You will never stop me. I will be the only bugger, the greatest, the most powerful." And he's going to.
Until Tink gets involved.
Tink cannot stop me now. Vivi, it is your turn.
How high in the air is he?
I think he gets his full movement speed, so he's about 30 feet in the air.
Okay. Vivi's going to look up
Mm-hmm.
and use action to charm person.
Okay.
Okay, that is going to be. Just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not. That is a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
He did not make it.
And he's gonna Vivi's gonna just go come back down towards Joseph, please.
All right. Read to me the rules of charm right quick. I want to be sure I understand this.
Okay. It's not command, unfortunately. You attempt to charm a humanoid. You must make a wisdom saving throw. If it does, the advantage all if your companions are and does so with advantage if your companions are fighting it.
All right, so he would get advantage on this. Let me roll for that. No improvement.
Yeah.
He still failed.
If a fail save throw, it's charmed by you until the spell ends or until your companions do anything to harm it. The charmed creature regards you as friendly, a friendly acquaintance. When you spell ends, the creature knows what charmed you was charmed by you.
Okay, so he isn't compelled to follow your command. He's just like, one moment, buddy. You might want to get out of the blast range.
Vivi's going to cast a help action on Joseph and step bonus action help action and move back.
Okay. So yeah, you were able to stand up. You get 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Joseph, it is your turn.
It is at this moment that Joseph will put his swords away into their scabbards. He will look up at this bugger, and he will, with the greatest amount of conviction and bullshittery he has ever put forth, say, "You are the real bugger."
And that's when, is that your full action?
Yes.
Okay. That's when this bugger, who has been pulling out a few different vials, kind of like pouring them into each other, which is really, like there was one empty one, and he's just like, "Oh, I know." And he casts down a fireball upon you. He is going to do his best to keep it away from his pile, but you're still on the outer edges. So I will say I think it's sort of silly to say that, you're going to be. There's only so much he can do. Vivi gets advantage on his dex check, but Joseph, you're going to have to take it in full. And let's see what happens to any other people in the area.
Oh shit!
What did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
19.
Okay. I'm going to say Vivi. We're going to say you're still going to take some damage, but that's because of where he's trying to aim it. I'll keep yours low. Joseph, you were just standing there trying to appease the mad bugger. And
do I even get a persuasion check on that?
No, you had already you spent
I'd already
spent 2 days bugging him. Making sure I got all of them. I'll renew. There we go. A couple more. I rarely get to use Fireball. So let's start the count, shall we? 12, 17,
Okay.
20, 21 fire damage. Vivi, I'm going to say you're just going to take 1d. You'll just take 3 of that.
I am still standing, but with 1 hit point.
Okay. The card is also on fire now. And I will say that, let me double check something else. He needs to make a save. Okay. You do see that he's no longer on the cart like you are, but you see another burnt bugger come into view who was under the effects of greater invisibility, and he cast basically he cast something up at the flying bugger. The flying bugger just started falling to the ground. So let me roll that. Okay. Everybody's still up. Actually, it would be more like this. Okay. Flying bugger just hit the ground. Burnt bugger has just used his spell to end that spell. That puts us back over to Vivi. I'm confused, and there's only 4 people in this fight.
like Vivi's going to keep up the pretense. Like, how dare you hurt my friend? And he goes up to the burnt bugger and conks him with bonus action.
Okay.
He's going to cast Hunter's Mark on the burnt bugger.
Okay.
And get in combat range and conk him with a hopefully.
Yes.
My rolls.
They have not been on your side today, and it's been fun for me.
Yeah, so sure. Okay. 14.
14 does not hit. So he's able to just definitely like move to the side. Ha! You'll never take big me, you fake bugger lover.
I do
Joseph, it is your turn.
At that point, Joseph just cuts across and goes with a 13 with psychic blades at this burnt bugger.
13 is definitely going to miss. But you have the other bugger on the ground, and you're on a cart that is creaking and burning.
I'm going to use my movement to jump down and use my psychic blades on the bugger that was just once again burnt to near cinders.
The burnt one. Okay.
Yeah. So my bonus attack will go into him with a 21.
21 hit. Now you do get if sneak attack still applies, I think it does with your abilities.
14 psionic damage.
14. Okay. He's still up, but he's got that nosebleed thing going from all the psychic damage.
I'm running for the downed bugger, just pretty much like, oh shit, this is gonna end up bad.
Yeah. Because he sees you running, and you've already told me what your health was, and I promise you I didn't put that into consideration when I chose his reaction, but his reaction has to be fair. He sees you running. he unleashes magic missile.
Oh,
Can I,
I'm not even going to roll for Joseph because he's down on the first dart.
can I use my reaction
Yes.
to try and persuade the down bugger that he's my friend, so he's your pal as well?
I'm going to say that's not enough on a reaction. That needs to be a normal action.
Okay.
So, but he is going to launch the rest of those darts at the other bugger. So that one dies. Vivi, it is you and one bugger, and it was just his turn. So he's getting up. He's like, "That's it. I did it. I won."
Actually, no. There's one more bugger in there.
What? Really? Well, he'll
Yeah.
burn to death in a minute.
You gotta make sure. What are you hoping?
I'm not jumping into fire. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get something to go in. And he starts trying to prepare another spell. But if you need to roll something, well, you're not going to be able to talk him into going into fire. Yeah. That's suicidal. So I will still give you your action.
Like, oh, okay, fine. Like, if he's gonna burn to death, why don't you? He's probably dead already.
Yeah, probably. I beat him pretty good.
Yeah. Why don't you call the fire and we can? I can claim the money for these down people, and we can split the money.
What? I'm the real bugger. I'm the one you'd be claiming the money from.
Good point.
And Cauliflower and Spearman are running up. They're probably getting closer, but
good point. Since we brought you free buggers, do I get money?
Yeah, I mean, I got to get myself taken care of first, but yeah, don't worry, buddy. I'll help. I'll set you up. Oh, by the way, could you kill those two guys over there, and I'll start putting the fire out. That was that's going to have been your turn.
Yeah.
Joseph, you need to give me a death save, please.
How the heck do I give a death save in the middle of this freaking thing?
Well, I mean, typically you roll a d20 and add your con modifier.
Okay, so I'll just.
I know there's something in D&D Beyond, but I don't have that pulled up, so I can't read it real quick.
Yeah, 19.
19. Okay, you get your first save. This bugger is working on another spell that he intends to use to bring down the fire. Vivi, because you were talking, are you going to go after Cauliflower?
It's like Vivi's going to look at them. This was fun while it lasted.
All right, so Bugger, since you didn't stop him, Bugger is going to tell you, okay, stand back, and he's throwing out another vial. Unfortunately, Joseph was in range.
Oh.
So Joseph, this isn't a direct attack spell, so I'm not sure. I think you still but you don't take two because this wasn't a melee. You only take one death, so say only one fail. I think if it's a direct melee attack, you take two, but this was an area of effect as he cast Ice Storm over the area to put out the fire. And let's just say this has, because of the range, is like 20 feet. No, it's a 40-foot, 20-foot cylinder radius, 40 feet high. Cauliflower has now like, I got to cut my losses, and he's running the other way. This bugger has gotten to go full ham. So that was his action.
This isn't going tits up.
Okay. Yeah. Let's head back to my workshop. I'll get some stuff, and I'll dig out some of the petty cash for you.
Sounds good. Look, I know you had differences with my friend here, but he is my friend.
He was trying to sell me to a fake bugger.
He's stupid. He didn't know you. He didn't know you're a fake bugger. I take pity on him.
Roll persuasion.
With advantage because he's charmed.
Yes.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you get double nat ones, that's gonna be hilarious to me.
It will.
18.
Is what?
18.
18. You're like, well, I mean, I guess you can take what's left of them, and I'll make him a golem for you. We can give him like flaming bladed arms, like serrated like saws that move, and we'll set it all on fire.
Why does everything end up with me having augmented, augmented freaking?
You're slowly going to become a warforged. But right now, it's like, okay, so he'll end the ice storm, now that the fire is out. Okay, you haul what's left of him. I'll go get ready for surgery, and he's taking off. He's not moving so fast that you can't keep watch where he's going, but he's excited. There's surgery to do.
Yeah, Vivi's gonna turn to see if he can actually try to stabilize.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
15 on my death save, by the way.
Okay.
Right now, so.
Okay.
That is a guidance. That's an 18.
Yeah, that's enough for you to stabilize him. So he's not awake, but no, I guess that would sort of start to wake him up, but he's going to be we're going to leave it at unconscious at 1. So he's not dying, but he's not awake yet.
He's gonna scoop him up.
Okay.
And go with the presumably real bugger.
Okay.
Because
I knew I could always rely on the kindness of strangers.
Okay, so that bugger is heading for a workshop. He does have a head start on you because it's a little bit harder to keep up while you're carrying somebody else with you.
Yeah.
So let's just roll to see what happens. Okay. From inside the warehouse, arrows start flying out, but they don't hit this bugger. It's like the clones got inside, and now more magic is being thrown. So he's mostly just going to start throwing some fire bolts because he isn't going to try to blow up his own workshop, but he's reacting. So that fight is going on. I will say that if you want to do something to intervene, I'll let you, or you can just stay back and see who wins.
Like, this is Vivi, so he's gonna stay back and watch who wins.
So this bugger is he just reacted by throwing fire bolts back because he wasn't expecting anything. Let's see if this one can hit. Nope, he's not able to hit. So the other one is apparently using some sort of well, you just see magical blast coming out, but they're not able to hit. The one that you were just talking to, the hurt bugger, he's going to cast in greater invisibility, so he vanishes. And you were far enough back that you're not an actual target. So that's all I'm going to say is that because whoever is in the workshop doesn't know where he is, but he knows he's in the area. So he's trying to do cover fire right now. So basically, just arcane blasts are coming out in the area. I'm going to get you, you stupid clone.
What do I do? Joseph, what do I do? Oh, right.
It's like, and then a moment later, that's it. I'm setting out the Killamajig Mark III.
Oh.
But now there is a golem coming out that has just spinning blades. Like one is going clockwise and those going counterclockwise. Is a blender, basically.
Vivi moves back.
It is a blender on wheels and no protective casing.
Yeah, Vivi moves back.
That's not a bad idea.
The secret recipe to The fried chicken is
Sure, Joseph. Sure.
So yeah, you can see magic being thrown back towards the Killamajig Mark III and the warehouse from the invisible bugger, because it's greater invisibility. He's throwing back, but there's no clear advantage yet. Again, if you just want to stay clear and let me roll dice, I will, but that might be less fun for you guys.
Yeah, Vivi's gonna put down Joseph and a good display with the Killamajig, and he's gonna cast invisibility.
Okay, so now you're invisible and Joseph is lying there. Joseph, you are conscious, but go ahead and make me a con save. Let's see if you can wake up.
7.
7. Nope, you're sleeping through this, unfortunately. Vivi, what is your plan?
Vivi's gonna basically slip past the Killamajig,
Okay,
and speak to the bugger in there.
okay. Yeah, you see a bugger who's got like some magical like gloves with runes on them. It looks like he's using them to control the Killamajig.
Hi, and Vivi pops out.
Intruder! And he's going to shoot firebolts at you at disadvantage because you're close. Okay. If anything, he set one of his gloves on fire trying to randomly throw things like
sorry.
What?
I had to get past your fabulous machine, and
thanks. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, and the fake bugger.
Yeah. Oh, you were the one in the cart.
Yeah, like
what? Why did you let him get away? Oh, don't worry. Once we get him, and he pulls out like a big steak knife and an oversized fork, we'll eat them together.
Sure, sounds good.
Yeah,
but you know what happens with cannibal? But it's just maybe not too much cannibalism, because like things happen to your face when you cannibalize too much.
I had to get the power back in me somehow.
Okay, just be careful. And he pulls off his mask and he shoots his real face. Half of the ooze part of his face.
Once all this is over, I'll make you a new one. And he runs out with the fork and knife.
Chicken pot.
Vivi, you then see over in the corner, just face palming. What did you idiots do? There's a half orc female who's got like a blacksmith apron. Basically, she's got like the sort of protective stuff a tinkerer, a craftsman would make while they were working. Just sitting there shaking her head. You couldn't have managed to just bring them in peacefully. You had to blow up everything along the way.
In my defense, none of that was my fault. My friend, who is now paying for his stupidity, riled them up. I was riled them up. I did my best with the situation I was given.
She just shakes her head and goes over to a cabinet, starts reaching in. Yeah, Joseph, there's not really much I can do for you, unfortunately. You're just rolling so bad. But the buggers are just sort of chasing each other, throwing magic around. Tink takes out a bottle, takes a swig, takes out a really large, it's sort of like a crossbow, but with some obvious attachments to it. All right. And she starts to walk, like just resignedly walking towards the door. You do know we're not paying you full price because of all the trouble that you've caused.
Understandable.
Okay. And she's just like trying to watch between the two of them. It's like, eeny, meeny, miny. And she shoots. Let's just see how much damage she's done, and then I will roll for which one she hit. Because Joseph, evens or odds, and then tell me which one is which. There's the hurt one and the cannibal one. So pick your favorite and give them an even or odd.
I'm going to say odds is the real bugger, and evens is the cannibal one.
Okay. Hurt or evens is the cannibal.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Tink takes, her overmodified crossbow. It shoots out, with like blinding light, hits the injured bugger and straight through the head. He's down. And you see the other bugger. Good. It's time to begin the feast.
And he puts his head out. The other two are by the.
They were more of them. And he runs over to where the others are. Is like, I will give you 10 if you can kill that one right now. I am so sick of putting up with them.
Fine. He pulls out his. Actually, can I use the what modifier would I need to use for the crossbow?
Is it a heavy crossbow or a light crossbow?
No, your crossbow.
Her crossbow. First, you would need to make an intelligence check to see if you can figure out how it operates.
No, in that case, I'll just go over my shillelagh.
Okay.
Bonus action, move hunter's mark.
Okay. I will say that this one hasn't taken any obvious damage. If you decide to turn down her offer, this is your opportunity to do it.
Nah, he seems actually the best person to actually deal with. Since I'm moving up behind him, do I get advantage on my attack roll?
Yeah, he doesn't see this coming.
Beef, it's what's for dinner.
19.
19. You hit him. Roll damage.
That is a total of 17.
Okay. That's a pretty good start, but he's going to turn on you. He says, "You are a traitor after all." And he's just going to whip out with a dagger. Does a 16 hit?
It hits.
Okay. You're going to take 3 points of piercing damage as he was too surprised to use magic on you. So, but it's your turn.
Okay.
Thinks she's like, bugger. No, it's all just a mistake.
25.
25 hit.
And that's another 12.
Okay. Well, you're finally doing decent damage on them. It took you this long to be able to deal. Okay. I'm trying to think. I know he's going to have used up some spells, so we're going to say that he is going to use he's going to misty step away and throw a firebolt at you, and that's going to be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. What did I do with those dice? 8 points of fire damage.
Yep.
And he's about 30 feet away right now. It's like, all right, I'm just going to eat everybody and taking everybody's strength.
Like, basically, as he moves forward, he turns to Tink. Can you do something about my friend, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And he basically moves up and goes to Conk.
Okay. Go to Conk.
A 20?
20 hits.
And that is 20 points damage.
Okay. Tell me how you take out this bugger.
Like, basically, he spins around, conks someone, strips him up.
Uh-huh.
And he basically impersonates his voice and the real bugger and conks him on the head.
Okay, so yeah, you walk up like I'm the real bugger. Just so there's that moment of like no, and then the lights go out.
Yeah.
Joseph, you wake up because Tink, in typical Tink fashion, just sort of took a basic low-level healing potion and just poured it on your face. So this is the equivalent of someone throwing water on you to wake you up at night, in the morning. But you now have 1 health point right now because she used a good one on you.
I take it this happens a lot, or at least more frequently than it's supposed to.
Well, it used to only be one of them causing trouble. Then somebody decided to bring a whole bunch here and let them loose. I understand that was you.
I tried to actually get them to kill themselves, to kill each other inside of the cart, and then I was going to use the cart crash to be able to kill the remainder of them.
How did that
I
work
just-
out for you? Did you ever think that someone who's actually clever enough to clone himself would be smart enough to be able to cast magic from inside of a cart?
Yeah, I kind of did, but at the same time, I also kind of figured that his rage at dealing with himself constantly would also cause him to kill himself more often. I mean, multiple suicide is kind of different from mass murder, but at the same time, it is the same.
I think I'd rather talk to Bugger than you. And she just turns and walks off.
Like Vivi, at this point, Vivi walks up and goes, "You're right. Yeah, you down there.
I had dreams.
What about chicken?"
I apparently knew like this. There was this dude in a white tuxedo and a black bolo tie, and he kept talking about chicken and it being finger licking good.
Like Vivi shrugs and walks off the tank.
Okay. Like,
And then there was this old lady in a rocking chair, and she kept asking, "Where's the beef?"
so
Like,
Tink walks in and just like puts up starts marking on a tally marker. Like, all right, well, that's 5 of them down. Got to wait for a new one to show up now and start all this over again.
Right.
Well,
sorry about the hassle.
Yeah. She turns to you and says, "Okay, I did promise you I'd pay you full if you killed that one because I was kind of getting tired of him anyway." So she hands you 10 gold and says, "Now for all the other ones you caused me trouble with," and she will hand you another 10 gold. It's like, and maybe next time you see a bugger, just walk away. Because if you try to burn down my workshop again, or if you bring a bugger who tries to burn down my workshop, it's going to be your fault.
I'm like Vivi takes a deep breath. Understandable.
Thank you.
Basically pockets 15 gold, and walks up to Joseph, just drops 5 gold beside him.
I'll pick up the 5 gold. I'll rummage through my bag for 20 gold. I'll put them all together. I'll put it all together, and then I'll walk up and I'll hand it to Tink, and I'll be like, "For you having to deal with my idiocy."
And she just takes it. It's like, good. And then turns and walks away again.
So how long does it normally take for one of the clones to return back to you and then fucks this all up again?
Well, she says, leaning back, originally it was just the normal bugger, which was bad enough. But we had to put him somewhere safe while I deal with all of this. So eventually one of them will try to come back. And if he doesn't see a fake one, then I will just, if he's tolerable enough, I will just pretend he is the real one while we lure in all the others. I don't know when that'll happen because some of them have decided to go off on their own and do other things.
I'm sure the one you have tied up is the real bugger.
trust me, I am the one person who's going to be able to figure this out first. But it's a little bit easier. You just find the least deranged of them all. Because whatever it is, and she points to a machine that has what, Joseph, you recognize to have been a very familiar crackling lightning gem that you stole from a storm giant. Well, he got a hold of this unstable power source and decided he was going to work on a new way to save sick people. And instead, it just made a whole bunch of flawed copies of him. Each one is its own special breed of ridiculous. And I was getting so tired of listening to the one talk about how he was going to eat the others. I had to deal with a lot of stupidity, whether it be that gnome down the street that says his work is better than mine, or the city guards always mad that Bugger has blown something up again. I guess I feel, hey, that one was understandable, but that's why we work out here now.
How the hell did he manage to get a concentrated elemental power gem?
He bought it.
From who?
I don't know. Some underhanded deep gnome.
Oh, fuck.
You just figured it out too, hey?
Yeah.
Actually, Vivi wasn't there. I was fine now.
Yeah.
I know where he got this from, and I know the deep gnome who he got it from.
What? How do you know that?
Because I'm the one who stole this gem from where it was originally.
This is all your fault?
Oh, fuck no. This is not all my fault.
If Bugger didn't have access to that gem, he never could have done this in the first place. I think this is your fault.
No. Do not blame me for the impulse buys of your business partner.
Look, if you give a pyromaniac gasoline or flammable oil, you know what he's going to do with it.
Looking around at the entire workshop, and then I look at her and I go, I only sold it to a fence. Okay. He managed to find it.
we are past 4 o'clock over here, so we are going to say that this ends with the two of you just screaming at each other.
And Phoebe just sighs and goes into the city to get his bow fixed and see if he can get some good armor.
Okay, yes, we'll handle that in a downtime. I want to thank everybody for joining us, and guys, thank you so much. Hopefully, Jesse and Shiv will be able to join us. But the weather over on our side of the world is a little bit more crazy than normal. We're in proper winter now. Winter in the South sucks. I'm pretty sure it sucks in the North, but it's worse because we're not used to it. So anyway, thank you so much. Arshas, I know you can be found on different places on the internet. Can you tell us where those are?
You can find me on Twitter at Treff. Also, if you want to start trying to help me support my production company, you can find me at Braincell sorry, excuse me, by the way. You can also follow me on Twitter as well at Braincell_dead.
Okay.
You can also find me on Discord if you want to stop by and have a chat. I promise you, I am not as deranged as I come across, by a little bit. You can also find me every other Sunday here, and that Sunday you can find me
on the Vampire the Requiem game.
Yeah, thank you.
That Kyle will be promoting now.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Kyle. I am known as Flint Ewood 756 across the internet. You can find me on YouTube, here on Twitch, and as well on at Twitter as well by that handle. So come see me every other Sunday with these two, on top of a few others, where we're going to be dealing with something very interesting that you all have decided to get yourselves into. But otherwise, you can see me here doing my crazy ass stuff as Joseph, or you can catch me random days during the middle of the week when I'm not studying with the rest of the Mech Warrior crew out there. So that's everybody from John Ninja all the way up to RQ Divine. Just stomping around in a big stompy mech, getting fired at, and see me get blown to pieces.
And I am, of course, the host of this channel, so I don't really feel like I need to introduce myself, but I will anyway. I'm Andy. I am Warp Films all over the internet, and I've got a lot of things that are actually finally kicking up for me. For example, again, I'll be Thursdays for the next couple of months. I will be with Nerdsmith playing in a romp through Ravnica, and even I am not fully sure what to expect because we've only done the pre-production session 0 stuff. So come see us on Thursday for our first session there. I am here every other week running this game for reasons that elude me every week. No, it's fun. That's why I do it. Because I've been a player enough lately. I remember how much chaos I bring to the table. I really can't argue with what these guys do, but I'm going to because somehow they keep hurting themselves very badly.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
But you can also see me just on Twitch randomly. I've been playing Inscription because there is a deep freaking mystery there. Even though we have some of it, I'm still going through trying to find clues, and it's wonderfully spooky. But anyway, the best way to know when I'm doing something and where I'm doing it is follow me on Twitch, warped_films. I'm also in other places. You'll find me there. You see me, say hi or don't. Buy me a drink, throw me a coin. Don't throw coins at me. That might hurt.
Throw a coin to your Twitcher.
By the way, this insanity is all brought to you by Ma Energy Drink. We've been able to keep this up for so long because it comes in a variety of different flavors without sugar, so all of the energy, none of the crash.
Yes, I forgot to do that because this wasn't our normal one. But when we do get season 3 officially, then I'm going to include the trick roll that we earn from the rebates from what we get. I'm actually drinking Rip Hombre, which Hombre, I'm sorry, your death led to the collapse of human civilization. But this drink, I hope, evens the score because it is a darn good drink. Okay, now that we're done trying to promote at the end of the show, you can also buy our wonderful cast trick rolls. We have a Ko-Fi account. Drop us some money, and you can buy a 1d4 multiplier for any roll, any one roll for any member of the cast, including me. That brings wonderful chaos, and we will be bringing that back in with the full once we get everybody here. I'm starting to babble, and I'm running out of energy. So we're going to cut things here. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Farewell.